Hey there, football fans. My name is Derek P. Fields, and welcome to the Gridiron Blitz, where we talk all things Detroit Lions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are one day closer to Detroit Lions football. I am going to take a little bit of a YouTube vacation. Please enjoy these videos of rarely before seen videos that only a few of my subscribers may or may not remember. This is before the Detroit Sports Alliance and when I was just starting to embark on my Detroit Lions YouTube journey. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the greatest hits from the Gridiron Blitz, and I will see you at training camp.
Holy grail.
All right, what's up everybody? It's Derek Fields. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. This video we're going to talk about the Lions, and they get the L. I predicted that they were going to beat the Seahawks and they did not. Man, we're going to take a look at ESPN.com and dissect this real quick. It's going to be about a 30-minute show. So if you don't like me, you don't like my thoughts, you don't want to watch, I suggest you tune in elsewhere. So anyway, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Now let's start the talk. So the Lions got off to a really good start. I got my notes over here. First quarter was a 39-yard pass to Marvin Jones, where Matthew Stafford, he looked like he was going to get sacked, but he didn't. I thought he was going to get sacked. He didn't. Matthew was efficient. We'll talk about his one mistake later on in the game. But if you ask for my opinion, which you might not have, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. The changing point in this game was who else? Amir Abdullah's fumble. Okay? But before that, the Seahawks answered the Lions with a TD, looking at my notes over here, where Nevin Lawson gets toasted and they get the TD. We all know that the Lions' strong suit is their pass defense and stopping the run, even with Snacks. Snacks, he was getting ate up today. Now, they had two men on him, so in his defense, they had two men on him almost every play, so his reputation definitely precedes him. However, nobody else could do anything. Jared Davis, he was flying through there, but he was making tackles. He was missing them as well. But the secondary was kind of getting torched today, and the Lions' run defense was terrible. My man was, I forgot his name even, it's somewhere on here, but he was eating them up. The Lions had, going into this game, the 8th ranked defense, and Seattle's 2nd ranked defense. You could definitely see that 2nd ranked defense today. It was the real deal today. So we got 7-7 in the first quarter. I wrote this down too because I thought that the Bryan Cranston commercial was pretty good. A Ford commercial. I had to write it down because I like Bryan Cranston and he was a pretty good commercial. But like I said, second quarter comes, 7-7, and Amir Abdullah is having a pretty good return. And I feel bad for him because he is probably a day away or a play away from being cut. And he hasn't been playing. I think the Monday night game, like when the Lions opened the season, they showed a picture of him on the sideline, and he just looked miserable. He looked so sad, like a sad little kid who just wanted to go outside, who was on punishment. And he's been getting playing time the last few weeks, but he comes out and he has a pretty good return. He actually is covering up the ball and he fumbles. Somebody's head hits the ball and it fumbled. Excuse me. I can't say if he would have kept possession because it was a hard hit. It was a clean hit, and yeah, my man just got the better of the ball and he fumbled and he lost the ball. Seattle recovers. It's like at the 30-yard line, and Abdullah he's laying on the ground and he's like, man, I'm saying to myself, he's saying, this is it. I'm done. Tomorrow's my last day as a Detroit Lion. Today's my last day as a Detroit Lion. I felt so bad for him, but that to me is the play. We all know that the Lions can't stop the run, but this is the play to me that changed the complexity of the game. The Lions came out. They stopped Seattle on the first play. They were looking good. The touchdown pass to Marvin Jones was on point. Matthew avoids two potential sack times, and he throws a dime to Marvin Jones Jr. From there is downhill. We move to more in the second quarter, okay? And David Moore with the miracle TD. Now, I can't remember the play specifically, but I just wrote down miracle TD. I think he got past somebody. I forgot if it was Nevin Lawson, Quandre Diggs, somebody. Wait a minute. What's 31? Tease Tabor. We definitely. I think we missed Jamal Agnew. I'm not even gonna lie, but anyway, he gets the TV. The TV. Obviously, I want to watch some TV. He gets the TV. The Lions go up, or I'm sorry, Seattle goes up, 14-7. Now at this point, I am getting nervous. I'm like, I don't know, guys. The Lions are getting crunched and munched on the run. It's not looking too good. I'm not sure. This isn't looking good. So the Lions start is pretty good. They get a screen pass to LeGarrette Blount for 24 yards. I think they were backed up at this time. They were real deep in their own territory, and they were pretty backed up, and they get a nice little screen pass to LeGarrette Blount. But here's another thing that changed the complexity. First of all, Abdullah and the fumble, that was to me the game changers. When momentum is going, especially in football. Basketball, you can pick up momentum right away, and it can swing so tough. But in football, it's a whole nother thing. One play is enough to change the whole game, the momentum, and from that. And this play was the fumble. But the Lions once again get burned by the catch rule. Now we know that the NFL changed the catch rule this year to, in my opinion, a better play call. However, what wouldn't have been a catch last year was a catch this year. You no longer have to survive the process to the ground. You have 2 feet, and a third foot counts as a football move, which is like, what? But I forgot who it was that caught the ball, but he takes a step. So they say possession 2 feet, and now you no longer have to survive the ground. So the Lions got kind of shafted on the other side of it, and they got shafted today. But then this is the first time this season I've actually seen what the new catch rule is, like the complexity of it or the lack of complexity. So that, I forgot how far that went, but we get to the third quarter. So I think the Lions were down 7-14. We get to the third quarter, and the Lions got ate up by the run so much that when they did a play action, Russell Wilson did a play action pass to Dixon, and he was wide open. I can't remember if that resulted in a touchdown. I probably could bring it up here. Let's see. Man, I'm just so sick. I'm so sick. Seahawks. Nope, don't you do it. Okay, good. All right, don't you play that ad. All right, where we at? Second quarter. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't say here. So I guess it didn't go for a touchdown actually, but he was wide open because the run was killing the Lions. So they all been on I think the two safeties were up in the middle, and they got burned by the run. So burned by the run, which resulted in a burn with the play action pass. So the Lions kind of stepped it up a couple plays later with the goal line stop, which I thought was cool. And then they got out of that situation with the screen pass to Kerryon Johnson for 20 yards or so. There was another play after that. Let's talk about Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon Johnson, everybody's been saying this. Every Detroit YouTuber that I see talk about the Lions, they're saying Kerryon Johnson needs to get the ball. And I have to agree with him. We didn't draft him for any reason. Now LeGarrette Blount come in 1-year deal. And I don't know. I don't think he's back next year. I don't, because he just doesn't have the same production. He doesn't have the production. He doesn't have the production that we need. I mean, he definitely can get a yard or two, and so every now and then he'll break a 10-yard, 15-yard or whatever. But Kerryon Johnson is definitely the guy of the future. He's definitely the man. And I am a Kerryon Johnson believer. Carry on, Kerryon, because I am a Kerryon Johnson believer. Not to say that I wasn't before, but I never watched him before he became a Lion, so I didn't really know much about him. But he stiff-armed my man. I mean, he didn't just stiff-arm. He told him to get off me. Then he shook another guy, got the first down. Amazing. So, yeah. Anyway, we're moving on through the game. Third quarter still. And we've got the weirdest call that I've seen in a long time. So, it's a penalty called on the Lions. The Lions, the Seahawks declined the penalty. But Matt Patricia challenges the catch, and it wound up being no catch. But since they had already declined the penalty, we're like, well, what does that mean? So come to find out today that it doesn't matter. They got the penalty anyway. So it's like, since it was no catch, you were thinking, well, what's going to happen? Even Chris Spillman said, well, how does that work? So turns out that it didn't matter. They wind up, the penalty was enforced because the catch wasn't a catch. But if it was a catch, the Seahawks chose to decline it. So super weird. So at this point, I want to say it's like 20. I forgot if it's 21-28 to 7 or something like that. So
Holy grail.